Hiya folks, it's Kikoskia here, and welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. When last we left off, we were able to deal with the skull track that was standing between us and activating the cannons on top of the western tower. Once we activated the boiler that heated them up, however, we had a strange vision. A vision of a giant being hammering life into a strange, eyeless entity. I have a feeling that that is Abaddon creating the eyeless, and if that's the case, the implication of Abaddon's creations attacking the dwarfs of Durgan's battery, way off in the past, is a quite worrying one. Why would Abaddon do that? Maybe it's not Abaddon, but Abaddon is known as the Smith. I can't think of anything large enough to be able to do that, and have the power to do that isn't Abaddon. But who knows, eh? Our Watcher visions have been vague at times. We also handed over the ore-finding device, but didn't find ore, but instead found Ardra gems. We got a small amount of money for that. We decided not to keep the gems, there was no need to. The last thing we can do here in Stalwart before dealing with the raid Serens is to talk to somebody from Defiance Bay that is here to negotiate a deal, a trade agreement of sorts, with Stalwart. Tarfos, the new mayor, is concerned that he wouldn't be able to do a good job in said negotiations.
I'm here.
He really should get better at that. And so he has trusted us to do the negotiations for him.
At once.
We're not especially good at negotiating either, but we'll give it our all.
Back to warm your hands, eh? What can I do for you?
The first thing we need to do, however,
Top quality bear pelts on every bed. You won't be disappointed.
is that we need to deal with all these burns that are on us. So +2 dex, +2 might, +2 con. Rest up. We have plenty of money. We'll save, and then we'll have a conversation with Nesta. The thing to remember is that they are a delegate from Defiance Bay. And they have Defiance Bay's best interests at heart, not Stalwart. Tarfos, a similar notion, has Stalwart's interests at heart, and not Defiance Bay. But in this instance, Defiance Bay is definitely the more influential power. And I wouldn't be surprised if Nesta tries to throw the weight of Defiance Bay around while the negotiations happen. We gotta stick up for Stalwart, lest it become nothing more than a tributary to the big city. I thought I ordered ale. She might have brought me the dishwater by accident. Or maybe on purpose. You can never tell. Tarfos sent me. I'm here to negotiate the trade treaty on Stalwart's behalf. Finally! I was beginning to wonder if Tarfos had forgotten about me entirely. My first stop is Stalwart's fishery. My clients are concerned it's a liability to Stalwart's prosperity. I'll meet you outside its front door. A liability?
Here.
That fishery provides food for the people of Stalwart. You can't really farm here, so they have to rely on hunting or fishing. See what I was saying earlier about that person having Defiance Bay's interests at heart? If they get rid of the fishery, Stalwart will become reliant on Defiance Bay for food. And we don't want that. Let us save before we talk to her, for I get the feeling there might be incorrect ways to do this. We could also just side with her. We're not going to side with her. We want what's best for Stalwart Village.
Yes?
Let's chat. God, it's freezing out here. Let's get this over with quickly. I go inside the fishery, but that smell... Ugh. I'm also regretting having the fish stew at the inn. One of the fishermen said they found a body in one of the barrels once. According to the town's records, the fishery doesn't export much these days. Why do they keep it open? It's an unnecessary drain on resources better spent on the White Forge and the mines. Closing down the fishery could help convince the investors that Stalwart is serious about maintaining its prosperity. But the fishery keeps Stalwart self-reliant. Less expense in acquiring outside food. That's a pragmatic answer. I'll see that the fishery remains open should any objections against it be raised. Hey, Nesta's quite reasonable. I like that. I'd like to have spoken to the head fisherman, but it seems he was run out of town. Normally, that'd be of great concern to the investors, but it seems that the fishery is prospering in his absence. Oh well. I'll be heading over to the Stalwart mines next. My clients are concerned about the security and safety of the mines. Meet me there when you're ready. Yeah, that I'm a little concerned about because... Vithrak. Yeah, I've got to make sure that's not mentioned. I wonder if people are in this temple all night. Because if they are, that will make getting that Durgan steel difficult. If they're not, I could just wait. So, are you in the mines? Can't believe Gamel's walking free. Gamel didn't do anything of their own volition. I'll stick up for Gamel. She's inside. Now they'd want, at the very least, direct control over the mines. Maybe guards from Defiance Bay as well. And if you're anywhere, you'll be... Yep, you'll be here. So, save again. And we'll see what we can do here. The thing that's working in our favour, I think, is the fact that we are very much ingratiated with the Crucible Knights. We can throw our weight around in that regard. We have our own clout.
Yes?
Let's say hi. Hello again. It's impressive how quickly Stalwart reopened the mine and got it operational. She looks around approvingly. I'm a little concerned about this incident involving some of the miners. Something that was causing erratic, sometimes violent behaviour. They say you solved the issue. Care to enlighten me? As much as I don't want to talk about it, we are honest. A giant spore in the Vithrak caverns was mind-controlling the miners as well as the Vithrak. The spore's dead now. But the Vithrak are not, correct? She thinks a moment. I'll have to make a note of their presence in my report. Defiance Bay will insist on having a squad of Crucible Knights protecting the mines as part of the trade agreement. No offence to Stalwart's militia intended, of course. Cliver is a friend of mine. Tell him that Stalwart can handle its own security, and doesn't need any of his knights. Oh, I didn't know you knew the commander of the Crucible Knights. I'll note your recommendation then. There's one more stop I must make, the White Forge. I'd like to assess the skills of the smiths assigned to the forge. See you there. We could have threatened her, but I didn't need to. I have friends in high places when it comes to the Crucible Knights. Not the highest of places, but high places. So the last place we need to go to is the White Forge itself. And because we've already been to all these areas and done all the quests, this is a very, very quick thing. Oh, imagine going to do this quest and you haven't dealt with the Vithrak. That'd make things a little bit more challenging in terms of persuading Nesta that things are okay. But we did deal with it. So, off to the foundry. Takes 9 hours. 8 hours to get to Durgan's battery and 1 hour to get to the forge itself. And where is Nesta? I bet Nesta's right by the forge. Nope, you're right there. It's quite a view, isn't it? It's quite a view. No matter where you stand in the White Forge, it is monumental, awe-inspiring. I need to delete some saves at some point. That's unrelated to how awesome White Forge looks. Now, you're probably going to want to get Defiance Bay smiths in. And I need to stop that.
Friendly, aren't you?
Does this mean that the White Forge might not be running at maximum efficiency all the time? Yes. Actually, you're there. I thought you were Nesta. No, you're just the person with the broom. So this is the fabled White Forge. Very impressive. I know several smiths in Crucible Keep who would dearly love to be standing where I am right now. How long were the souls of those Parkrunen bound here anyway? Centuries? Releasing them back into the wheel was probably for the best. I agree. These smiths working the forge, though, what are their qualifications? Who trained them? Surely the forge isn't being used as effectively as it could be. I think it would be more profitable for everyone if Crucible Keep trained smiths were brought in to run things. Wouldn't you agree? Ooh, there's a lot of choices here. There'll be nothing but conflict if that happens. The people of Stalwart don't like outsiders telling them what to do. Perhaps I'll bring up the matter with Tarfus then. All what's left to do is to write up a draft of trade agreements with the terms and conditions we've agreed upon, and send a copy to Tarfus. It'll still be a few months before the final agreement can be signed, but we made great progress here. I think we've done pretty well here. I appreciate the escort, Lirin. Farewell. We can go back to Stalwart. Oh, that's wonderful. That's a really good quality of life thing. You could just zip straight back. Talk to Tarfus. Hopefully, we did well here. Let's find out. If we didn't, I'll have to reload and do the final bit. Well, that's fine. Moment of truth. Lirin, Nesta presented me with the terms of the trade agreement. I guess we're keeping the fishery open after all. Funny, Nesta had mentioned something earlier about the investors wanting to shut it down. Can't say I disagree with them either. Looks like she didn't have much else to say about the mines beyond that we'd already discussed. Good. She didn't mention any changes to the White Forge portion. Strange. She'd been hinting that she didn't think our local smiths were all that skilled. I guess you convinced her otherwise, huh? All things considered, the trade agreement is better than anything I could have negotiated. I'll sign this and have it sent off to Defiance Bay first thing. Oh, Nesta left this for you. She said it had helped her in a previous line of work. She hands you a bundle of cloth. Thanks again, Lirin. You gained an item, Tax Collector's Mantle. Also, we leveled up. What is the Tax Collector's Mantle? This mantle has allowed tax collectors all over the Deerwood to find their way into the purses and ledgers of honest folk. Oh, +2 stealth grants escape once per encounter, which is immune to entanglement, and smoke cloud once per rest. Interesting. +2 survival for perception. What are you currently using? You're using the +2 endurance for 50%. I'll think about using that. But what's important here is that Lirin has leveled up, and everybody else is also incredibly close to leveling. But before we even level up, I'm going to head back to Caird Newer, because I want to get a stealth bonus. However, it seems that Adir does not want to go back to Caird Newer. Adir is intent on running into this wall forever. I'll be right there, don't worry. I don't think he's going to be right there. Maybe he's trying to fuse with the wood, bolster his armor.
Hey.
Oh, he's figured it out.
I'm here.
And now, we'll go back to the Deerwood, and back to Caird Newer. Back to Caird Newer, to rest up and gain a stealth bonus. While my cat attempts to climb up onto my lap, clawing at my leg, a supplicant has arrived, seeking 500 copper or an escort.
Another foreign colony.
We could send an escort. We could send Cassandra. Off you go. We don't want to spend 500 on that. Yeah, Cat wanted to get on my lap, staring at me right now, aren't you, Cat? You cannot right now. I am working. Alright, resting up. We need +2 stealth. The hedge maze bonus is the first time we've done this. First time we've done this. And then Lirin. Oh, a brutish warrior has arrived seeking employment. +3, +2. Ooh, you're pretty good. I could replace the skirmish archer or the vanguard soldier. You know, let's dismiss the vanguard soldier and hire the brutish warrior. Yep. It's 40 copper more per day, but
I'm here.
fortresses, they're better well defended. And now that we've done this, we will save and do something very important, which is level up Lirin. We're probably about to level up everybody else too, because they're all likely so close to leveling. Oh yeah, they are incredibly close. So, level up. We could... Oh, we don't have enough for any stuff. We don't have enough for anything. We've got to save all these points. I suppose next level, I'm gaining another point of stealth. As for a ranger ability, Swift Aim is modal. Defensive Bond is passive. Master's Call. Calls the ranged animal to their side. Play dead. Twinned. Powder Burns. Powder Burns is interesting. But I usually shoot from the back. And this is a cone. So it's not likely that it's going to get much use. As much as it's a cool thing, I think Revive Companion for once per rest might end up being a very useful ability. Then again, Vengeful Grief is also good because it means that if Biscuit goes down, or if Lyrin goes down, extra damage, extra move speed, extra attack speed. All of which are good. I'm going to go with Revive Companion. I think Revive Companion would be useful. So we'll go with that. There we go. We'll go with that. We have the +2 stealth bonus. And when we come back, folks, we will try and get into the Raid Seren Fortress. We've got to get to the leader and speak to them. Maybe we can negotiate with them and persuade them not to attack Durgan's battery. I know we spent a lot of time and effort getting the cannons of the western tower of Durgan's battery active, but I'd rather the people of Stalwart didn't need to use them. Hopefully we can reach the command of the Raid Serens and negotiate some kind of truce. It's worth a shot. It is worth a shot. But that'll be for next time, folks. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're not. And if you are subscribed, press that bell for those notifications. And I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later.